Good morning, yogis and yoginis. Today I'm excited to share with you a new flow series that I've been working on. It's called Alfredo's New Flow Vinyasa. Come to the front of your mat, bring the palms together at the heart center, lift the heart, close the eyes, begin breathing in and out through the nose. It takes just a few minutes here, focusing on breath to forget, to let go of all thoughts, all distractions, anything that may be going on in your head. Devote this next hour to the practice, the physical asana practice, taking long, slow, deep breaths. Allow yourself to relax, the face relaxing, the arms soft, shoulders. And as we breathe, we grow tall. Exhale, relaxing. Take your awareness to the feet just for a moment and find that point of balance. Find that point of inner stillness. Come back to the breath and take just a moment to set an intention for your practice. Maybe you have a reflection or an affirmation. Okay, inhale, exhale completely. We begin with sun salutations. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the heart. Plank and your vinyasa. Then we have two options in vinyasa. One is just doing cobra. If you're still warming up, cobra may be the best option. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk or jump to the front. Lift the heart. Exhale, fold. Come up with an inhale. And exhale. Bring the arms up. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. A little back bend and a forward bend. Lift the heart, fold, chair pose, come up, step out, turn the feet, warrior 2, to the right, looking out toward the fingertips. Adjust your feet, front heel to back arch alignment. Inhale for reverse warrior. Second breath. Exhale, bent knee triangle. We're just going to reach straight up. This front knee is bent. Reach up, look up. Inhale. Exhale, back to the warrior 2. Hands to the hips, wide leg forward bend. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold. Bring your hands down right beneath your shoulders. Take the feet out a little wider if you need to. Lift the heart. Exhale, release. Come back to the first part. Heel toe the feet a little closer. Come up. Just step out, warrior 2 to the left. Looking at the fingertips. Taking just a few breaths. Inhale for reverse warrior. Reach up, look up, reach and extend. There's the stretch from the hip to the shoulder and then out through the fingers. Inhale, exhale. Bent knee, triangle pose. Looking up toward the fingers. Keep your eyes open. I have the sun in my eyes, but otherwise your eyes are open looking up. Little half circle back to warrior two. Again, straighten the legs. Feet parallel, another forward bend. Lift the heart, inhale. And hinge forward, come down. Hands right below the shoulders. Take the feet out a little wider if you need to. Inhale, lift the heart. We're going to walk over to our right foot. Oh yeah, that feels so good. And breathing. Try to let yourself release and sink a little deeper with the time in the pose. Okay, inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Again, holding and breathing. Inhale back to center. Right hand down directly beneath the chest, left arm up. Inhale. Let's switch sides. Left hand directly beneath the chest, right arm up. Inhale. Bring it down. Again, we heel toe, come up, and then turn left, pyramid pose. Inhale the arms up. We're going to do a little movement here, starting with an exhale and an inhale. An exhale and an inhale. Okay, this one we're going to go down and hold it. Come down. Now be sure you can touch. Blocks are nice, but you do definitely want to be able to have some low back support. You can also, if you don't have blocks, bring your hands on your shin and just work with the breath. Of course, as you hold the pose, your muscles will release and you'll automatically sink a little deeper. Come out. We're going to bend the knee a little bit. Come up. Turn to the front of the mat where we started. Inhale, pyramid on this side. Exhale, movement first. Touch down, exhaling down, inhaling up. Exhale down. Inhale up. One more time. Exhale down. Inhale up. Palms together. Step forward. Sun salutations. Inhale. Arms up. Little back bend. Exhale. Swan dive. Forward bend. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Plank. If you're ready for chaturanga, go ahead. Otherwise, stay with cobra. Pull back. Down dog. Inhale. Look forward. Exhale. Step or jump to the front. Lift the heart. Exhale. Fold. Come up with an inhale, palms together, hands to the heart, and a step out and face forward. They call this one half moon, and it's working on this, flexing our spine in a lateral plane. Come back, little back bend, forward bend. Let your head release. We're going to take a little deeper forward bend. You have options. It could be hands underneath the foot, or you may just want to grab your big toe and lift the heart and release. So we're doing a little different, a little deeper forward bend this second time. But whatever option works good for you, whatever modification. We're just going to hold this one. And then we come into chair pose. All the way up. Step the feet out. Warrior two to the right. Breathing. Sink down. Reverse warrior, reach up, inhale, and then go right into our bent knee triangle pose for 2 breaths. Hi. I want a little bit of a slope here. It's not flat. Inhale. Warrior two. Switch sides. Warrior two. Looking out toward the fingers. Reverse warrior. Inhale. Bent knee triangle X. Open the top shoulder as you reach up. Look up. Inhale. Exhale, little swoop. Warrior two. Straighten the leg. Back to feet parallel. One more forward bend. Interlace the hands behind. Pull back. Open the heart. Lift the heart. Inhale. Exhale, come forward. So we reach up with our arms and we let them release overhead. Breathe. Focus your breath into your shoulders. Focus on relaxing into your shoulders. We're holding this pose for 4 or 5 breaths to allow the release to occur. Keeping the hands together, bring the hands back to the tailbone, then release to the floor, lift the heart. Heel toe, you can come all the way, almost about hip width apart. Bend your knees to come up. Return left. Set up for pyramid. This time we're just going to go right into the pose. Inhale and a fold and holding it. Hamstrings. Yeah. Four or 5 breaths, maybe 6, depending on how fast you breathe. You bend your knee a little bit to come out. Spin around to the right. Inhale, exhale, fold. Pyramid pose and holding it. 4 or 5 breaths. Inhale up, palms together, hands to the heart. Okay, step forward. Sun salutations. Inhale, arms up. Little back bend. Forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Plank. And your Vinyasa. 1 breath per movement. Down dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale. Walk or jump to the front. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And you can bend your knees a little bit when you come up. Make it easier on your low back. Okay. Going to turn to the front and do a few variations of chair pose. We start with classic chair. And in this case, we have our feet about hip width apart. When you look down, you should be able to see the tips of your toes. You should be able to wiggle your toes. That tells me that you've shifted the weight back. The weight is going back into our hips and back into our heels. And you keep sinking a little bit deeper. Reach up through the fingers. Strengthening our core with this one. Chair pose. Relax the face. Keep breathing. Sink a little deeper. Come up. Keep the arms forward. We're going to lift the heels. Lift the heels as high as you can. And then slowly keep the heels up. Keep the heels high, slowly start to sink. The same pose, but the heels are off the mat, but not just a little, they're lifted. Keep the heels lifting. Sink a little deeper, come up. Got one more variation. We're gonna bring the toes together, or the knees together, then lift the heels. Sinking. Come up. And release. Okay. Eagle pose, reach out. Gonna take this right arm over the left. Little hug, and then the palms come together. If that's difficult, you just go back to back with the back of the palms. Otherwise, the palms are together. Lift the elbows. Take a few deep breaths. Breathing into the upper shoulders. Bend the knees, we're going to add we got a few cars coming in here, no worries. Bend the knees, left leg over the right. Keep the elbows lifting. So there may be a little bit of noise. It looks like someone's going to move something. Let it pass. And then slowly unwind. Going to roll the shoulders. Reach out. This time it's left arm over the right. Start with a hug and then bring the palms together. Lift the elbows. As we breathe here, take a deep breath into your upper back. Exhale, release. Deep breath into the upper back. That's the rear deltoids you feel. Exhale, release. One more deep breath. And now we bend our knees. You're going to cross the right leg over the left. It's a little harder for me to bend down, but you bend your knee just like you would in chair pose and try to wrap your foot around the back of the leg. The more you bend your knee, the easier that wrap is going to get. Couple deep breaths. Slowly unwind. Roll the shoulders back 2 or 3 times. You're going to step back to the front of the mat. Sun salutations. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale completely. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold. Come up with an inhale. Palms together. Hands to the heart. I'm going to do this next pose from 2 different angles. First, we're going to start by shifting to our right. We're going to stand on our right foot and grab the left knee. Left hand points straight back. Now you may be able to, if you can grab your toe or your foot, go ahead and do that. And then the modification is simply holding the knee, and there's nothing wrong with this because inhale, exhale, look back, you're still getting the same twist. Inhale, and bring it back, release, shake it out a little bit if you need to. We're going to shift our weight into the left foot, grab the right knee. So find your balance here to start, point straight back, inhale, exhale, look back. Again, you can grab your toe or your foot. Inhale, Bring it back nice and slow. Release. And this next one, from the mountain, again, we start with our standing on our right foot and grab your knee. And in this variation, you can grab your toe as well. So this one, grab your toe. Stand out for balance. Open your knee to the right. So again, you could be holding your toe here with the leg extended, and then we bring the knee back to center, hands on the hips, straighten the leg, and release. Shake it out a little bit if you need to. Shift to the left foot, grab hold of this right knee, or you can grab your toe or your foot, okay? So the grabbing the toe is the option, you take it out the same way. I'm just gonna hold the knee. This is the modification, and then with this arm out for balance, we take the leg or the knee out to the right, to the side. Bring the leg back, extend the leg, press to the heel, and release. Okay, back to the front, sun salutations. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Lift the heart. Vinyasa. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, rock or jump. Lift the heart. Exhale, slow fold, forward bend. Inhale, come up. Okay, stepping toward, we're going to move into a few balancing poses. Stepping toward the back of your mat. Find a mountain pose where you have really good balance. And just let your breathing slow down. We're going to just breathe with a natural rhythm here. Okay, so we're not taking the deep breaths. From mountain, we come into a tree pose. Shift the weight to the right foot. I forgot to tell you, this one's 3 for 1. Tree pose, dancer's pose, and then into half moon. Okay, so we'll be doing a sequence of 3 poses. Tree, dancers, and then half moon. Start with tree. Of course, you can have your arms out if you need for balance. Otherwise, you come into the tree that's right for you. Soften the toes and keep the eyes focused on one point. And then from tree pose, we slowly bring the hands together, hands to the heart. Left hand to the left foot. Setting up again, step by step. Dancer's pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach forward. Press back into your hand and reach forward. And then slowly release, hand to the hip, and come down for half moon pose. So if you're still working on balance, you can look down the whole time. You can still work on opening the shoulder. Hand can stay on the hip the whole time as well. Remember to flex your foot, the back foot. Bring this hand down, step the feet together, bend the knees, chair pose. Up. Shake it out just a little bit. And we're going to start with tree pose. So we shift into the left foot from a solid mountain base. Find your base to begin with. Slow the breathing. Shift to the left. Open the right knee out. And find the tree pose. Find the tree pose that's right for you. Whether it's like this, like this or like this. Soften the toes. Keep your eyes focused on one point. Bringing the palms together, hands to the heart, right hand grabbing the right foot. Okay, setting up for dancer's pose. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, press back and reach forward. Release the foot, and you come into your, you can look down the whole time if you need to your half moon pose. Come out, bring this top hand down, step the feet together, bend the knees, chair pose out. Sun salutations. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come up. Come back to the back. We have one more little balancing sequence. Okay, just to make sure the camera's still filming. Can't see it. One more balancing sequence right here. I'm going to start with tree. Shift to your right foot, left knee out. Start with tree pose. Bring the knee up, arms up, knee up. And then from here we move into a warrior three. You can do the full warrior three pose or modified. Modified would be airplane arms, or maybe your hands at your heart center. Remember, the full warrior three, all this weight gets carried by the low back, so it may be better to modify. Bring the knee up, arms up. Again, warrior three, or modification. Bring the hands down, level the hips are level with the floor, and then right arm reaches up. This is the revolved half moon. Open that top shoulder to look up. Inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Feet together, bend the knees, chair pose out. Shake it out, take just a moment, shake it out. Shift to the left foot, right knee opens. We're going to start with tree pose. So come into the tree that's best for you. Bring the knee up, arms up, and then into the warrior three. Again, you can modify this one. Try that again. Knee up, arms up. Warrior three. Holding it. And we come down with our both hands to the mat. And for a revolved half moon, this time the left arm is going to reach straight up. Inhale, bring it down, feet together, chair pose, come up. got 2 more poses. I'm going to turn this way for this one. This one's called toe stand. Actually, we're doing a modification today of toe stand. First, shift to your right foot and bring your left ankle just over the knee. And then sink the hips as if you were doing chair pose on one leg. Sink the hips down. Now, the more you bend your knee, the deeper this twist, and you're going to feel it right here in this outer hip. So you can keep your hands together. If you can, bend your knee a little more. Maybe you touch the floor. Okay? But don't force anything. Take a couple breaths. If you're touching the floor, bring your hands together, palms together, and come up with the prayer hands. And release. Shake it out a little bit. So we're going to find our mountain. Shift to the left foot, right ankle over the knee, hands at the heart. Same thing. Going to bend our knee into this one, just like you're doing chair pose. One side may be easier. If you can reach down toward the floor, I'm going to just work right here on this side. Again, bend your knee just like you would and like any balancing pose, you want to keep your eyes focused on one point. If your hands are touching the floor, bring the palms together, come up with an inhale and release. Okay, shake it out. Have one more balancing pose here. And the ground is tilted a little bit, so I'm going to see how this works. I'm going to try to find, I'm outside. That's what happened. It's beautiful to practice outside, but you know, sometimes the ground is not, there was a rock underneath my mat. Just found it. Yeah. In fact, I recommend if you can find any outdoor place to practice the sun. So crow pose, we're going to find a base here in our hands and maybe just a little wider than shoulder. Lift the heels and start to walk forward. You're going to use your knees and kind of grab your elbows. And so you have to kind of make a little adjustment. Here we go. Trust yourself to lean forward. Now, if you're working on this pose, this is what you do. You lift one foot, and then you, as you bring it down, you lift one foot, and as you bring it down, you slowly lift the other. And as you bring it down, you slowly change, and at one point, they're both off the mat at the same time. Come back up. We have one more sun salutations to do. One more round of sun salutations. Okay. Inhale. Exhale. Just do this one. Move with your rhythm of your breath. Come down to seated poses. We start with just a short, talking very short Shavasana, but we want to, lay on your back and come into the Shavasana relaxation position. We want to relax. Let your whole body completely soften. Bend the right leg, grab underneath, right underneath the knee, and pull toward your chest. point flex here. And release. Grab hold of the left leg right below the knee, point flex. Bring both legs straight up, press through the heels. Inhale, point, exhale, lower. Inhale, point, exhale, lower. Inhale, point, exhale, lower. Watch your low back. If it starts to arch off, that means you're done. Okay, now we come up for just bend the knees, I should say, for a Pilates sit-up. Release. And now one of my all-time favorites, the yogic bicycle. Okay, and this one, it's basically a bicycle crunch. Bend your knees to 45 degrees. Take the arms, hands behind. So remember, if you extend one leg and press to the heel and bring it back to 45, that's pretty much what we're going to do. Inhale and exhaling. Bicycle crunches, yoga style. Do a few more if you can. If your back starts to arch off the mat, it means you're done and you can stop. A few more. And release. Okay, roll yourself up to seated. Grab hold of your knees. Lift the heart. And bring yourself around to a prone position. So we're going to do a little cobra series here, a little low back series, starting with baby cobras from right here. Inhale, lift the heart. So in a baby cobra, we're not using our hands. You can touch, but I bring them off just for. And release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. And again, inhale, lift. Release. Come to your right cheek and just completely relax. That means relaxing the shoulders and the abdominal muscles. Just let your whole body feel like a lump of clay. Come back to the chin. Now this time the arms are beside and the big toes are touching for locust. Inhale, reach back, lift the heart. Reach back and lift. And release. Again, inhale, lift, reach back. And release. One more time. Inhale, lift, reach back. And we come down, we come to our left cheek. So we're alternating here. Again, completely relax. Relax the shoulders and the belly. Come back to the chin. We're going to do full locust. Okay, so inhale, lift the right leg. Bring it down. Lift the left leg. Bring it down. Now lift both legs up and have your hands underneath you for strength. Both legs come up, release, work back on the right cheek again, resting just like a big lump of clay, completely relaxed, completely soft. Okay, for the final pose is a little bit of a back bend. It's going into back bend territory. Come to the chin for bow pose. I'm going to do this twice. Start by grabbing the right foot and then the left. Inhale, exhale, press back. Press back into your hands to lift the heart. Breathe. Inhale, exhale, slowly release. We're going to come one more time to our right cheek. Again, we're alternating right, left, as we relax between. Let your whole body completely soften. Okay, here's the last one. Come back to your cheek. This time we're going to take left hand and grab the left foot first, then the right. Inhale, exhale, press back. Breathe. Inhale, exhale, slowly release. We're going to come up now. Okay. Coming to seated, grab hold of your knees, lift the heart, the back is flat, straight, our chest is lifting, and we lean back, release the knees, lean back just enough for boat pose. Keep your chest lifted, lean back just enough for boat. And if you know full boat and you would like to do full boat, go ahead. Otherwise, this half boat is perfectly fine. And from boat pose, we come into our bound angle pose. Okay, so that one is going to be, I have a little bit of a seat here. I'm going to use this raise. Helps my hips. So yeah, if you have really tight hamstrings or tight hips, sit on a block or two, or maybe sit on a blanket or bolster. Lifting the heart, pressing the knees toward the floor, and focusing the breath into the inner groin. So we're trying to relax by using the breath. We are attempting to soften and relax those inner groin muscles. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, soften. Soften your belly as well. Yeah, release, soften the abdominal muscles. Keep pressing the knees to the floor. Internally, we're pressing the knees down. Lifting the heart. Heart up, knees down. Okay, use your hands. Bring the knees back together. And we come back into that same boat pose. Now here, if you can, earring, which is where you lift your hips. You can use a couple blocks, and that makes that one easier. Okay, the next pose is reclined bound angle. Again, bring the soles of the feet together, and you can adjust yourself on your mat for this one, but the soles of the feet are together, the knees open, this time with the weight and using gravity. Completely relax here. Breathe. Again, we're focusing our breath into the inner groin, softening into the inner groin, softening, relaxing abdominal muscles. And just take a few breaths. Let gravity do the work. As you release and soften your upper body, so you relax your abdominal muscles, soften and relax your shoulders as well. All of that combines, creating a release in the hips. When you feel that one time, you'll understand what I mean, and then you can duplicate it. Okay, the next pose is Happy Baby. So we're gonna come into Happy Baby. Again, we're using the breath the same way. We're using the same breath. Directing our breath toward the inner groin, letting the abdominal muscles soften, and letting the knees come down toward the floor. So in this pose, the knees are releasing toward the floor. As you soften into your hips and you soften your belly, the knees will release toward the floor. We take a few breaths. And then we roll up, and maybe you can jump back to down dog. Moving into pigeon pose, so if you'd like to stay on your back for pigeon, go ahead. Otherwise, come into down dog. Take the right leg up, bend the knee, open the hips. Opening the hips. Bring that bent leg forward. So the most important part of pigeon is getting set up. So we get our shoulders forward, we lift our heart, so that we can come straight forward. Remember, this right hip probably won't be touching the floor. And so we keep our hips level, in other words. Keep the hips level, come straight forward. Be sure that your forehead can rest on something. Now we're going to hold this for about 1 minute. Focus your breath on softening into the right hip, relaxing and softening into the right hip. Just allow yourself to relax here, just for 1 minute. Okay, slowly push up, moving into a twist, sit off onto that right hip and swing this left leg around. So as you swing around and cross over the bent knee, you need to adjust your sit bones just like this by sitting up and down a few times until you can sit and lift your heart, sitting with the spine nice and tall. Left hand behind, right arm up, reach up, inhale, and hug your knee or hook the elbow. Then twist, looking over our left shoulder. And breathing. Inhale. Exhale, swing around to the right side, touch down, lift the heart once, look over your right shoulder. Oh, that feels so good. And then take this left leg back. We're gonna back into downward facing dog. Oh yeah, take a few breaths here. Make any little release that you need to. And then this left leg up, bend the knee, open the hips, opening. And then gonna bring that left leg forward. Again, take your time in the setup. Biggest part of this pose, square the shoulders, lift the heart, inhale, and then come straight forward. Again, be sure that your forehead, if your forehead does not touch the floor, use a block. I'm gonna hold this for about a minute. sure to focus your, not only your breath, but your mental effort into relaxing and softening that outer hip. Yeah, it requires mental effort as well to relax those muscles, and as they relax, the stretch will just go deeper, and you'll feel it. You'll know when that happens. Take a few more breaths. Just again, imagine lump of clay, just like a blob here, completely soft. Use your hands to push up, and this time we sit onto our left hip. Swing your right leg around with the foot crossing over, and then up and down a few times to adjust your sit bones so that you can sit nice and tall. We press our right hand into the mat, lifting our heart, and as we reach the left arm up, we actually lengthen our spine a little bit more. Inhale, exhale into the twist. Inhale, exhale, spin around to the left side, touch down, lift the heart, exhale, look back. Get just one breath there. And we take that right leg back, and press into down dog just once. And then come down to hands and knees. We're going to do a modified and active child's pose. Okay, so sitting back onto the heels, the knees are together, reach forward if you can. So this is active, meaning that the elbows are off the mat. If you can bring the palms together in prayer, reaching forward. Pressing the palms together in prayer. Bring the hands beside of us, chin to the chest, slowly round up. Camel pose. So I'm going to double my mat. I've got a really thin mat. I'm going to double it. Not just twice, but 3 times. Okay. So some of the intricacies of camel. The knees are about hip width. Knees are hip width. And the hips are going to stay over the knees. We're going to start with, we're going to do this 3 times. We're going to do 2 baby camels, and the third you have the option to do baby as well. The third time, now remember, full camel, the tops of the feet are on the mat, and in full camel we actually reach back and we rest. We find our heel, okay? If that's a little bit too far to reach for you, you can come to your toes, and that's going to, now see, that's so much easier. It makes a closer target, okay? Or you can stay with the baby camel. We're going to do 2 babies, and then you have your choice between those 3 options. Okay, so the hips, again, stay right over the knees. We're going to give ourselves a little low back support. Here's the 2 big things. Tuck the tailbone, lift the heart, and here's the baby, is arching back, and we're looking up to what would be about 11 o'clock on a clock. And release. Okay, there's one more thing. Let's try that again. Tuck the tailbone, lift the heart, arch back. One more thing, breathe. Inhale and exhale. See, that's the most difficult part for me. The most difficult part in this whole pose is just breathing it, but you have to breathe. you have to keep a little bit of movement. Really important. Okay, release. I'm going to do baby one more time, but you're welcome to either come onto your toes for that closer target or do the full camel with the tops of the feet on the mat. But remember, the hips stay right over. You don't want this, no. Don't lean back. Hips stay right over because it's a back bend. We're arching back. So a little support, tuck the tailbone, creating space here. Lift the heart and then exhale, arch back and breathe. Whichever position that you've chosen, be sure to breathe. And come back. And now we come into a counter pose. I still need a little bit, I'm on this concrete, still need a little bit of knee padding. So this counter pose is going to be called rabbit today. You can do, if you'd like to do just a simple child's pose, but if you want to do rabbit, grab hold of your ankles, bring your knees, bring your head down and lift your hips. So a simple child's pose is just as good. And we release. Okay, we just have two more. Dos más. First one, stomach blowing. Última postura. Come onto your back. La última postura. Come onto your back and bend your knees. Take the arms out to form a T. Inhale. Exhale, knees to the right. We look left. Take a few deep breaths. Deep expanding breaths. Deep breath in. Soften your belly as you exhale. Inhale, knees to center. Exhale, knees to the left. Look right. Again, deep breath. Exhale, relax. Deep breath. Exhale, relax. One more time, deep breath. Soften the belly, come back, knees back to center. Inhale, exhale, head to knees. And we're going to move into our relaxation position. Shavasana. Then sit as you come into this position. So come into your relaxation position and let your whole body soften. Let your breath slow down. Let your breath slow down. Let your whole body relax. And you're going to take the next 4 or 5 minutes your legs relax, let the feet and toes relax, let the hips sink into the mat. Soften your abdominal muscles, relax the arms and the hands. Relax the face, relax the shoulders, and the whole body is completely soft. Whole body completely soft. And you can stay here if you're in your own house, you're in your own home. Stay here for as long as you want, maybe 5 minutes more. If you're ready to come out, slowly roll off to one side. Start to come up. Come up slowly to seated and take a few minutes to reflect. Just reflect on the practice. The practice has so much to teach us. And again, you can stay for another 5 minutes if you so desire. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.